You are an amazing communicator. This is Bobby here, blissfirereiki.com. We are going to deep dive and dissect your psychological to stay at the forefront of your twin flame sacred journey. And I've gotten just the downloads of your throat chakra, your communication skills. People love talking to you. You're a great conversationalist and you desire to see the big picture. So we're going to deep dive into that today. Also a little bit of love, see what's going on there. And so the first card I'm going to pull is for you. So I've got Saturn Trine Neptune. So there's some teamwork going on here between reality and fantasy. Saturn is the father of discipline, and Neptune is the entity of vision, is the visionary. And then we've got Trine, which is the trio, mind, body, spirit, working together as a team. So you are working to translate who you are into physical reality. Who am I? Where do I want to go? And how do I want to do it? I'm going to look at the planetary positions here just to see. I know that we looked at Saturn trine Neptune, but I'd like to deep dive a little bit more around that, because when we start working with planets, which was my first idea to pull a planetary card, it means that you're ready for expansion. When you focus on planets and you focus on the outer universe, that is symbolic to your soul ready for expansion. So, okay. So I pulled North Node Past. So we're going to take a look at that. That's number 33. 33. So the North Node describes what you bring along from past lives, your skills, proclivities, addictions, weaknesses, unfinished business, and a physical place within your body where you may hold tension or ancient karmic stories. The lunar nodes are the points on the zodiac where the moon's orbit crosses the ecliptic. When the moon, sun, and earth are exactly lined up here, a shadow mysteriously covers the sun or moon and creates an eclipse, which we just had an eclipse. So you must have made a big intention on this eclipse. So that could potentially mean that the universe has brought you here today to say, hey, good job. Everything you ever wanted, the manifestation, the desire is all locked in. So the ancients thought a giant creature cast those shadows and referred to the nodes as the head and tail of the dragon. Where the moon descended toward the south is the dragon's tail. So the situation has its roots in some past karmic pattern, the origins of which are not clear. You either need to apply skills that you were born with or look again at old problems and work to heal them. The situation feels hauntingly familiar, but without a story to go with it. Echoing traces from another time of life. An old love or familiar enemy may return. Let's look at that really quick. I'm going to look at one of these cards. Old familiar. So we've got key on the ring, many options, unconventional, one night stand, and string along. Okay, so we can safely say that whoever may be coming in to penetrate your auric field, we want to clear them out. So that just means that when they appear, you understand that they are not serving your future, and in fact, they may be serving your lack. You may have manifested them based on your clinging to the past. So you want to definitely see them in a new light, see them as a messenger, because you never know. Anybody at any time, at any moment can have an awakening in your presence and completely move in a revolutionary direction. And so you just never know what a flower, I call us flowers, you never know when we're going to blossom, and we can blossom within a split second. So be open to that with any connection that you have. Be unconditional. Whoever this is coming in is also seeking healing in some way. And you are, and I said he, but I don't know, masculine or feminine. Either or, I don't stand above you. I don't stand below you. I stand beside you. So if someone triggers your south node, you may feel like you owe them, or they owe you. And while that may be true, this accounting won't help now. Cleanly deal with what is on the table and stay in the present moment. Learn new ways to respond, new keys that help when old trauma is triggered or old craving. Sing their siren song. Break that spell. Use breathing techniques. Investigate dialectical behavior therapy. Or that's the throat chakra. So you got to remember whatever you're speaking of. It's like if I remember somebody from my past and I start talking about them and they just suddenly show up. And I didn't really want them to, but here they are because my siren song allured them here through the ripples of the universe, right? Manifestation is always at play. So it's important to know what you're talking about, who you're talking about, what you're talking about, what you want. Get that throat chakra clear and cleansed. Do a clearing and a cleansing with your throat chakra. Remember, you're not the one trying to get your throat chakra to do and say and be in the right direction. You ask your throat chakra to guide you. Guide me, throat chakra. And then you just stay out of the way. You don't know what you don't know until you know. So the challenge here is under stress, you may fall back on familiar defenses and relive what you've always lived. PTSD, flashbacks, and addictive habits or relationships all operate around your south node. So look, you are here and you're getting the warning sign. You're one step ahead. So now moving forward, and this is often where we end up sabotaging ourselves. We know the universe is giving us the dirt, giving us the lowdown on the hoedown. And what will we do when we're tempted or when temptation appears? We have to stick to the plan. This is how we receive spiritual guidance. We don't get these readings for no reason. But I did often see after 17 years of this journey, I would get a reading and then I would go completely opposite of what the reading told me. And I would be the outcome was always correct with the reading. It was always in direct alignment. And so I did have to do that for a while before I started to impenetrably touch or trust the reading. So these readings are impenetrable, as long as you are seeking healing and direction. Now, if you're just watching these readings just to watch them, then they don't absorb the way that we want them to with potential. So keep that in mind. Use this opportunity to heal triggers and patterns from the past. Take them as teaching moments and learn. Then your hard-earned skills and wisdom can help you build a future, right? So this opportunity is bringing in lessons so that you can evolve. And so Spirit is asking you, don't get attached to this. It's just flying in and flying out. It might be some sort of fantasy that you manifested based on feeling in lack. And now you're getting the opportunity to see the reality of what that really looks like. Rather, it's easy to get in our heads and create ideas based on our fantasies, but we want to make sure that fantasy is a reality. It's like I got a premonition the other night. I had a very vivid dream. One of my clients passed, and I had a very vivid dream when I heard from the client's friend, my friend. We had common friend, and I had dreams, and I sent a message with them in it, and I sent a message and I said, are you okay? How do you feel today? And they're like, oh, I feel at peace. And I was like, okay, well, I was the one, I had the experience because I was transmuting that energy. I am a healer, so not always connecting to everybody else. Usually I'm doing it by myself, through my own resources, through my own source. So keep that in mind. Okay, so we've got Bara, creation. Literal meaning is gift, referring to the creator. That's what you are a gift. And when people get to encounter you, you're doing things beyond their conscious awareness. And when you are walking these sacred fires, you are a rare generosity to the overall collective. You are one probably amongst many, and there probably isn't a lot of people in your environment. Notice how we come here on this platform and we find so many like-minded souls, but in physical reality, I don't see very many. And I found that I was a healer amongst them all. So you may be a mother or a father amongst the many. You are the messenger, and people are going to circle back around when they see how successful you are to seek healing. And I always thought, why am I doing this if it's not to heal the people that circle into my life? And how can I do this with detachment? Even though I knew Bob in school and he's, a great individual and he may be coming back into my life on his terms, but what he doesn't realize is he's actually coming back into my life on the terms of sacred healing. Only Bob probably doesn't know that. He's probably so just conscious about his own desires and his own wants and his own needs. So he's missing the whole divinity of our connection, but I'm not missing it because I'm detached. I know right away what kind of connection I have with Bob based on my feelings. I'm not worried about Bob's feelings or thinking about Bob's feelings or trying to channel Bob's feelings because they're vibrating at a low frequency. So why would I? I must stay sovereign and singular inside of me because otherwise I'm meeting Bob where he's at. So I want to make sure that I stay in a singular position. So the thought forms emanating from the creator begin the process of being formed. See, that's what I say. You're turning fantasy into reality. Not in the material sense, but in the consciousness of the world. Here the archangels interpret the emanations from the creator into a plan that will later take shape. So you are right now in process of turning fantasy into reality, and the plans are coming in. You're definitely working in past energy through this north node. I want to do a little bit of a love reading just to see who the person is on your mind. Teddy bear, ascending, and karmic relationship. Okay. So they're interested in you, whoever you're thinking about. They're eager to learn and expand. And there's a lot of intensity because you guys have a connection, a past life connection. So it looks like, I theorize there are two different entities coming in. And so it's really important for you to discern and, again, take time to contemplate about your own feelings and what that means to you. Okay, I'm going to pull a mind, body, and spirit. Okay, so you are alchemizing. So we got discovery, compliancy, and despondence. So you really are alchemizing. So in that alchemization, it's so much better for you to just become the hermit for just a minute. You don't want to put yourself out there in this low frequency. You are alchemizing so much energy And it's easy. It's easy to reach out and try to get somebody to make you feel better, but that's not the sacred journey. The sacred journey is you working with your spirit guides, your angels, nurturing yourself, feeding yourself good food. That's what this is. That's all of this. So do that. Do that. I just pulled the nectar. This is your tool right here. You are this nectar, and you don't want to give any of your nectar away unless you are 110%. Don't give what you don't have. Do not give what you don't have. Okay, and so your mantra, my mind is worth millions. My mind is worth millions. You have very addicting energy, and you are going to magnetically attract all walks of life. So your discernment is vital, and if you are feeling at a low frequency, low and high are no different. It's just that low frequencies, we tend to make decisions based on survival, right? Neediness, desire, lack. So at a low frequency, I know when I'm at a low frequency. I have pointers for me. So you've got to find, of course I do readings for myself. And so I know when I'm working with low frequencies. Again, I have an impenetrable faith in my cards. I do not oppose them ever. And that impenetrable faith creates a seamless connection to the universe. That way the universe knows that I will always trust in what it's telling me. So, okay. I love you guys, and like, share, follow, subscribe. Again, I'm new to this platform and looking for community and support. I love you.